Well, kia ora and welcome to the Harness Half Hour, of course proudly brought to you by Airpark Canterbury and HRNZ Marketing. I'm Jess Smith, and this week on the show we interview Grant Eynon, co-owner of Maurice Holmes Vase winner Classie Brigade, following his win in the feature race, cementing his place in the New Zealand Cup. Lane of MiStable is on the podcast to talk about the software program which helps trainers with their ownership communication, making it more simple and efficient than ever before, plus find out about the special deal for New Zealand trainers. With the launch of the Junior Driver Savings Scheme this week, we talked to financial consultant Matt Golding about the benefits of joining. Cup Week tickets are on sale now. Keryn McElroy of Addington Raceway will update us on all the amazing festivities over Cup Week. And Richard Wilson will be joining us again with this week's Bookie update. But first, here are this week's Harness Half Hour headlines. Classie Brigade booked his place in the 2019 Christchurch Casino Trotting Cup with a win in the Maurice Holmes Vase on Friday night. In a small yet tactical field, he held off the late charge of AG's White Sox, and Hal Christian was home third. The Junior Drivers Savings Scheme was launched on September 1st. Developed from the HRNZ Youth Council, the scheme is voluntary, but allows junior drivers to opt in with a chosen percentage of their driving fees in stake money. Financial advice is given by Matt Golding of Hammock Consulting around investment and saving plans. For more information, contact Natalie Gamerson here at HRNZ. And finally, the Addington Raceway Hall of Fame inducted Monkey King, Scotch Tar, Fred Fletcher in a ceremony last Friday evening at the track. Well, following on from the Maurice Holmes Vase last Friday night, I've got Grant Eynon here, who's co-owner of Classie Brigade and has booked its start in the New Zealand Cup with that success. Grant, can you tell us what kind of emotions go through you now that you know that you've guaranteed yourself a start with the horse?
Well, mainly relief, Jess. We're just pleased that he hung together in one piece and put in a good solid effort, and we're thrilled with him.
Yeah, and I did a bit of reading in the article since the success, and gee, you guys have really had a roller coaster with this horse, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have. I'm very pleased to have him. We've had a lot of fun with him, but we've had our ups and downs, that's for sure.
Okay, and in terms of highlights so far, would that be right up there with the best performances for this horse?
I've watched the replay about 20 times, so I think it must be. He keeps winning in the replays too, so I'm quite relieved. But no, he ran second in the New Zealand Derby, which was not the same, but it was a thrill as well. So we've had a lot of good fun with him.
Yeah, and can you tell us, Grant, how did you become involved with the horse and the current owners in the ownership of this horse?
Oh, this one, there's two other owners. There's a Mark McKinnon, who's been a friend of mine since secondary school, and the other owner is my dad.
Oh, wow.
So we're quite well known to each other.
Well, that always helps, and I guess that makes it even more special when you do get these successes.
Oh, it's terrific, and it's so much fun, and it's actually more fun as a group. It's been terrific.
Yeah, exactly. And did you purchase the horse from the sales, or how did you come to have the horse?
Yeah, we bought him at the Auckland sales with the help of Nigel McGrath, and Nigel has had the horse the majority of the time up until he got injured, and Nigel's been very important to us in helping select horses and training them, obviously.
Yeah, and that relationship continues because not only do you have that guaranteed start with Classie Brigade, you've got Grand Chico nominated for the Cup too. Yeah,
Grand Chico ran second in the Jewels, and so we'll put his name in, and he'll be coming out shortly to trial, and we'll see if he's competitive with some of the lead-up races and make a big decision from there.
Wow. In terms of your ownership journey, Grant, when did you first get the harness racing bug?
Well, I watched my dad. My dad's had a lot of horses, and watched him have some success with them, especially with Andrew and Lynn Neal training in Cambridge. And then a good friend of mine, Lewis Bennett, rang up one day and said, "Do you want a share of a horse?" And I ended up owning a third of a horse called Elios.
Oh, wow.
That, yeah.
That's not a bad way to start your ownership journey then.
No. No, it's terrific, actually. And we had great fun with him. He won a Group 1 4-year-old race at Alexandra Park, and qualified. We went to the Chariots of Fire with him in Australia. He ran handy, but he didn't show his best over there. But he was a good horse.
Wow. And as an owner, Grant, what does it feel like to have a horse competing on Australian soil and be so far away from home? Is it a different feeling?
Yeah, it was. It was quite different. And I'd like to have another go. Actually, it's quite a hard game over there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We had another horse called Risk that I owned with my father, and I think he won 8 or 9 races here, and then we sold half of them to Greg Bond in West Australia, and continued racing over there. So we've had the fun of that too. And I think he won about 6, mainly at Gloucester Park, and then we sold him to America.
Oh, fantastic. Well, you've had all kinds of success too, and I see the likes of Qatari Cullen as well. So you've had, some really, really good horses coming through your ownership. Yeah, I'm
not talking about the ones that didn't make it, but...
Well, it's an impressive list when you do start to look at the horses you've been associated with, and as you mentioned, that does come a lot down to selection at yearling sales time, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. We've been very lucky and very pleased. It's been great fun.
And in terms of the New Zealand Cup, would you have to pinch yourself if you were able to qualify 2 horses for the Cup this year?
Oh, look, we've thought we've had Classie Brigade up to do it a couple of times, but we've never even had a runner. So if I had 2, it'd be unbelievable.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to have the suit picked out, and would you all get together and do it as a family or a friendship group?
Yeah, we'll make a day of it. That's for sure. Win, lose or draw.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, congratulations. The first mission has been completed. Of course, now you can relax a bit knowing that you've got the first horse qualified. But Grant, thank you so much for your time, and all the best with getting Grand Chico now qualified for the big dance.
Oh, thank you, Jess, and thanks for the call.
And in social media news headlines from around the world, starting off with New Zealand, don't forget tickets to the annual New Zealand Harness Racing Awards are selling out fast. The awards this year will be held in Christchurch on September 28. Make sure you book yours online by visiting the HRNZ website. And in Australia, Chris Alford collected his 7,000th winning drive over the weekend. A phenomenal effort, and you can find the full story on Bendigo Harness's Facebook page. And from the US and Canada, Speeding Spur was a huge 5th place in the Maple Leaf Trot against North America's best trotters at Mohawk on Sunday New Zealand time. Of course, that was in Canada. He was left in the running line with cover on a hot pace and just missed 4th position. For the replay and full race summaries, check out Woodbine Mohawk Park on Facebook. Well, it's my pleasure to welcome onto the Harness Half Hour podcast Ellie Lane from MiStable.com. And many of you may have seen the news out over the last couple of weeks around MiStable and the wonderful offer they've put forward for New Zealand's trainers. Ellie, thank you so much for your time. And firstly, can you tell us a bit about MiStable and what you actually do?
Oh, thanks, Jess, for having us. At MiStable, we pride ourselves on owner communication. We offer a bit more than that in regards to our products, but we, our focus is providing a solution for trainers to communicate with their owners. Owners are a very valuable component of someone's business, so we're just trying to make that job a lot easier and obviously enhance that experience as an owner.
Yeah, and I guess, Ellie, there's never been a better time to communicate with owners because it's so easy now with technology, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And I think with with the technology, everyone has a phone. Most owners we find have, email or access to apps. So it's pretty instantaneous. We offer videos and audio updates within our app. Very simple. It's a four-step process to send an update. And it's, you can send to hundreds of owners within seconds.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and it's not limited just to a photograph or text. It's a video, it's an audio file, it's a photo. The options are endless, and sometimes it's easier for someone to just record a quick video on the way off the track, isn't it, rather than pen a whole email to the owners?
Oh, absolutely. And I think with the videos is definitely our most popular form of media that gets sent out. But you're also showing, what better way to sort of show an owner what their, or tell an owner what their horse is up to is to show them, and also to educate the owners, getting jockey comments and things like that, and, from the drivers and the trainers. It's sort of giving that owners that can't be there that experience.
Yeah, and I know that MiStable is taken up by thoroughbred and harness trainers in Australia. You're Australia-based, but thoroughbred trainers for a long time, they've kind of led the way in terms of communication, haven't they? So MiStable's been a crucial part of them growing their brand.
Yes, so MiStable's been in operation for about 12 years, and we did start in the thoroughbred industry. Our platform is very versatile and can be now incorporated into the thoroughbreds, and we're doing that here in Australia also. So we've got about 400 trainers that we assist in their communications. It is very inexpensive and easy to use, so we're here to help in the process of, setting trainers up and assisting in, the loading of the horses and the owners to make that process a lot easier.
Yeah, and that's the really great thing with the special offer you've kindly got out for New Zealand trainers until the end of the year. 60-day free trial, I should say, and also setting up the contact points, because that can be sometimes a little bit intimidating for people to put in. So the fact that MiStable have come to the party to help set up is a massive bonus, isn't it?
No, it is. And look, if a list, we can take a list and we'll input all that data for you. But it's that can be time consuming, and if we can do that for you, other trainers that are out there still training the horses, that's going to save them time. And also in regards to their logos, branding can be something that's that some trainers may not have. So we're happy to actually set the trainers up also with a logo that they can use, obviously, on MiStable, but, for all their other communications, and whether it be social media. Just to keep that brand consistent is really important for trainers.
Yeah, definitely. And the key message too is the fact that once they get through the 60-day free trial, the cost of actually being a part of MiStable is really affordable, isn't it?
Absolutely. So with the communications, we've scaled our packages according to the number of horses in, someone's business, just so those that with smaller stables can actually afford it. And then we sort of scale up. So our smallest package, which takes up to 15 horses, is $19 a month for your communications.
Wow.
So, you've got unlimited updates. You've got no restrictions there. It's just on the number of horses that your account will be automatically calculated.
That's fantastic.
At $19 a month.
That's awesome, because if you're having to call 50 odd trainers, you're going to spend more than $19 a month on calling them.
Absolutely. And we find, and just even chatting with, quite a few trainers we got, a lot do say that probably saves them a day, in the time of communicating with their owners. And, it's just they can get a message out they've got the option from the app. The app is a free app for trainers. There's also an owner app, we designed that just so, to enhance that owner experience as well. And that's a free app also for your owners to receive their updates too.
Yeah.
Bit of a one-stop shop for all their communications.
Exactly. And if someone's listening to this, Ali, and maybe they've thought about improving their owner communication, but maybe they're a little bit intimidated on using a smartphone or how it all works, the MiStable team are there to answer any questions and help them through, aren't they? There's no question that's silly, or, they can be there to help them through it all.
Oh, absolutely. And even, suggestions in regards to, what is good, valuable content for the owners. Yeah. Some people like to be a little bit creative, but whether it's just getting a simple message across, the video and the audio is super simple. Yeah. As you said before, you're not having to draft an email, a couple of seconds and you can get a message out. You've also got the ability to send a message out to all your owners, whether it be, a race mate's been cancelled or what have you. You've got the ability to send out a quick message to everyone in one go. Oh,
it's absolutely fabulous, and from what I've seen, it's really helping trainers and helping them streamline, as we heard from the likes of Keryn and Chrissy Dalgetty, who have been using it for a long time. It streamlines the work, it makes it more efficient, and it makes their owners happy to hear about it. So, Ali, if someone's wanting to sign up or find out more, what is the best way to go about that?
You can sign up, and as I said, it is a free sign up, and you've got a free 60-day trial. But if you go to MiStable.com and click the red sign up button, you'll be asked for a few details. It's a really simple sign up process, and then one of our team we'll actually, be in touch with you personally in regards to a phone call, and then we can answer any questions you may have. We like to, we really like to keep it as a personal experience as well for the trainer, and not to feel that it's too daunting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can say, hand on heart, it's an amazing program, and the communication is so efficient and so easy for people to use. So Ali, thank you to you and the MiStable team for coming on board and putting out this amazing offer for our licence holders, and we're looking forward to working with you guys in future.
Oh, fantastic, Jess. No, it's been a pleasure so far. We look forward to helping others.
Airpark Canterbury is Christchurch's only 24/7 privately owned off-site airport car parking. If you feel strongly about supporting privately owned business, support Airpark Canterbury. It's only a short drive to the airport in the Airpark Canterbury free shuttle. So if you want the cheapest parking option around, try Airpark Canterbury. Call 0800 Airpark or online at airparkcanterbury.co.nz.
There's always a park for me at Airpark Canterbury.
Well, of course, recently announced the Junior Driver Savings Scheme commenced on the 1st of September. It's a really exciting initiative and, of course, put out there to help junior drivers put aside some money during their career as a junior driver. And the preferred provider for the Junior Driver Savings Scheme and financial advice is Hammock Consulting, and joining us from Hammock Consulting is Matt Golding. Matt, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for coming on board and supporting this scheme.
No worries, Jess. Thanks for having me on, and really looking forward to getting things going with the juniors. So it's obviously an initiative that's been in the pipelines for a couple of years now through the Youth Council. So really excited about finally getting to get into it. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, your brother Stevie was involved in the inception of this and the brainchild. And from personal experience, that really motivated him, didn't it?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He obviously finished his juniors a few years ago now, but he kind of come to a crossroads at that time and didn't have no significant money saved up. He had a bit of KiwiSaver and that. And he did manage to actually get into a house himself, but it kind of made, I think it was a bit of a light bulb moment for him, and especially, his peers within the industry, to think, well, maybe we need to do something with the younger generation, and try and get them something as well as KiwiSaver, because there's a lot of money to be made, even as a junior, and we just want to make sure that they put in their best foot forward for the future, really.
Oh, exactly, and they can opt in. It's not compulsory, but we strongly encourage junior drivers, of course, to start thinking about this, because they can choose to deposit whether it's 25, 50, 75 or 100% of their driving fee and stakes. But you've mentioned before, Matt, that it's, if you have it in a saving account in the bank, it's not really working for them in the best possible way, is it?
No, that's right. Yeah, so it's about making your money work harder for you. So like you said, savings, especially at the moment with interest rates the way they are, there's not much money to be made having it sitting at the bank or even in term deposits. So the good thing, these investment funds, they work essentially like KiwiSaver, so they're a managed fund, and they, depending on the investor's risk profile, so some will be more conservative than others, that gets placed into different markets around the world. So they're not directly related to New Zealand interest rates, which is good as well. So you don't see kind of less and less returns when interest rates are low here, like we're seeing at the moment. So there's some good funds at the moment still returning really good returns. Anywhere 4 to 5% for a conservative, up to 11 to 13% for a high growth fund. So you compare that to the 1%ers that you get, or I think you can't even get 3% at the moment for a term deposit. It's a significant amount of money over the period of not even for a junior driver, but for anyone who's got a little bit of time up their sleeve to invest. And the idea is obviously they come to me afterwards when they're ready to kind of pull the money out or do something, whether it be launch a career as a trainer or stay in the industry, buy themselves a house. So we're kind of truck and trailing it with their KiwiSaver for the juniors. But certainly for the open drivers and trainers and things too, the option is to also follow follow suit. Just try and raise the bar a little bit in terms of financial literacy in the industry. So yeah, hopefully we're at the starting point now. So it's pretty exciting times ahead.
Oh, exactly, and I guess that's the key message, that it's not just the junior drivers that can approach you and talk about this. And for the junior drivers and anyone that's associated or works closely or has one in their employment, it's probably a good time to push the fact and try and get them to have this conversation with you, because I'd imagine if someone doesn't really have the financial literacy, it might be a little bit intimidating, but the process is really straightforward, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really straightforward, and you're dead right. It's like anything, not just juniors or not just people within the harness industry. People in general are quite intimidated, quite scared by the process of, when you start talking mortgages or investments and things, they're quite put off. We don't learn a lot about it at school unless you choose to.
Yeah.
So, they get out to the real world, and like you said, it is quite intimidating, quite scary. So, yeah, it's a nationwide scheme and initiative, so I'll be doing it throughout the country. But you're right, I'll try and get round the employers, especially like there's actually not, no education even just around KiwiSaver or employment contracts or anything like that. So it's just about kind of one step at a time. Like I said, raising that bar and just teaching people it's not that scary. Yeah. And that's what we're here for. We sort all that stuff out for you. It's just about giving you a leg up, or giving the guys a leg up to into the real world. Yeah,
exactly. And as you've mentioned before too, when you've had chats to some of the youth in the industry so far, Matt, if you set it up to go out automatically, you don't even notice it's gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's quite funny. I've already got some clients, obviously, within the industry, and exactly right, talking to them about the difference it actually makes to your weekly paycheck or your stakes or your driving fees. You once you've committed to it, you don't notice it. And the thing is, if it gets tight, then we can always peg things back anyway. But 100% of the time, it doesn't get tight. You don't notice it going out. It's going into a good cause. And like I said, depending on the needs of the person, whether it's going to a new home or first home or, a bit of land, or some, a new track, a new stable, something like that. So, yeah, it's pretty simple when you break it down.
Yeah, well, it's really exciting, and it's just about breaking down those barriers and forming good habits, as you say, around financial literacy and just having a better understanding. And I guess, Matt, for many, once they see the numbers starting to get higher and higher and, the results coming through, then it really is gratifying for them to see what they've achieved.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah. It's like the more you've got in there, the more you're contributing, the faster and bigger it grows. So, it's the idea of compounding interest, which, some people in my industry call it the eighth wonder of the world. And it's just like we said earlier, it's just making your money work harder for you. So, you've got to start somewhere. It's never too late to start. And I always say that to people, in their 50s and late 50s with KiwiSaver even, it can literally change your life. And it's not too late to start. So, it's just basically the more you put in, you leave it there for a little while, let it do its thing, and before you know it, the options are aplenty, and you can actually get really excited about stuff and get a sense of pride and a sense that you're actually getting somewhere. Yeah. Especially when you're trying, you're getting wages and you might be getting a few driving fees or, a little bit of stakes or something. It's actually really hard just to put some into a savings account and watch that savings account just stay there. It's quite stagnant. And it doesn't grow quickly. So, this is a little bit different. And hopefully, you can see that balance grow significantly over, a short period of time.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And we're really excited about the launch of the Junior Driver Savings Scheme. So if you're wanting to find out more, Hammock Consulting, of course, Matt Golding is our financial advisor. He's based in Canterbury, but he will work with people all over the country and chat to you about this. Matt, what's the best way that people can get in touch with you about this?
Anyway, really, Jess. Obviously, I'm on Facebook, and a lot of people can find me on there. But more formally, through email. So it's Matt with 2 T's at Team Hammock with 2 M's .co.nz. Or just word of mouth and get through me. It's not hard to get hold of me these days. So
Definitely.
or even for the juniors, obviously through the cadet scheme as well. So we're trying to get them to kind of come through HRNZ and then on to me from there. So no doubt I'll see some down at the racetracks and things anyway.
Yep.
Come have around.
Beautiful. Matt Golding, thank you so much for your time and really looking forward to working with you with this scheme.
Cheers, Jess.
Hi, Razor here from Canterbury Rugby. When you need airport parking, choose a team that's on the ball. Meet at Airpark Canterbury and get their free Mercedes shuttle to drop you right off at the terminal. Airpark Canterbury have the cheapest 24/7 airport parking and you'll never get left on the sidelines. Give Airpark Canterbury a try, airparkcanterbury.co.nz.
There's always a park for me at Airpark Canterbury.
Well, of course, we are getting ever closer to Christchurch Casino New Zealand Cup Day. First day of spring has been and went, and of course, we are looking ahead to Cup Day and all its glory, and in fact, the whole week. And Keryn joining me from Addington Raceway. Keryn, we've had our first lead-up race to the New Zealand Cup, and Classie Brigade has guaranteed his spot. You and the team must be really starting to rip into gear now.
Oh, absolutely. Hi, Jess. Hi, everyone. Very exciting last Friday to have, the first road to the Christchurch Casino New Zealand Trotting Cup underway. It was a great race and very excited that we had 36 nominations for that race, Jess.
Mm-hmm. And of course, not only the New Zealand Cup, the feature race during that week, but the Airpark Canterbury Dominion Trot, some good numbers for that as well.
Definitely. We've got 44 nominations for that, and really exciting, not only being the biggest and richest trotting race for New Zealand, but Airpark Canterbury, a long-term sponsor with Addington, and I know also they sponsor the Harness Half Hour with You South, Jess, has got behind this race. So it's fantastic, not only Airpark Canterbury, but all the sponsors. They're very loyal to that week and to Addington, so we really much appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, speaking of your loyal sponsors, Christchurch Casino celebrating their 25th anniversary. So that's an outstanding milestone for them.
Yes, it is. And it's fantastic that it actually is in November. The whole month of November, they'll be celebrating that. And we'll definitely be raising our glass and having a toast to them. We're definitely going to organise a particular time of the day to do that, to recognise such an amazing sponsor, but their achievement, 25 years, is very, very exciting for themselves and the city.
Yeah, and speaking of Cup Week, of course, public tickets went on sale yesterday. You guys must get inundated constantly with people wanting to know when they're going on sale.
Oh, we do. We absolutely do. We have a huge countdown. People often are asking what is happening. Exciting, they went on sale yesterday, and 70 days actually today until Christchurch Casino New Zealand Trotting Cup. So I would say head in early. A few things I would say is early bird tickets for general admission, Jess, so that's $25 only until the end of October, so definitely make the most of that. And also reserved seating, definitely for our industry. There's only 100 tickets available in the public stand that's uncovered. That's $65 tickets, but it's great viewing of and elevated for to watch all the races and the entertainment. But yeah, definitely for our race goers, I would definitely recommend that for them as well.
Okay, so Christchurch Casino New Zealand Trotting Cup Day, as you mentioned, general admission, $25 is the early bird rate, so that's definitely the best option. But you've got a number of options too for people wanting to head to various areas of the track on Cup Day.
We do. With mentioning general admission, it's really exciting. Our media partner this year is MediaWorks, and they've taken naming rights of the public village, so it's going to be the Edge Public Village. They've got some fun things planned, yes. We've actually managed to snatch Jono and Ben. They're making their way down, which is very exciting, and activation area, and in the public village. They're also going to have a phone charging station, which is great, so people can keep up to date with their betting and social media, which is always a good thing. And the Crossing, a new business partner, we've announced earlier this year. They've got the Fashion Starts Here competition, and we've already got entries for that. That'll be held in the public village as well.
Well, that's outstanding. And just looking at what's involved with the Fashion in the Field, you guys have a really exciting prize this year.
We do, actually. Jess, no one actually knows. It's sort of hot off the press, but everyone always wishes to know where the Best Dressed Lady flies to this year, and we're really excited to announce to your listeners, first to know she will be off to Tokyo this year.
Wow. That is, of course, courtesy of Air New Zealand. So if you're into the fashion side of things, or you've got friends that are, that is fantastic. Exclusive news there. Tokyo is the venue. And, of course, you've always got a bit of entertainment in that public village, and there's a Speight's Beer Garden as well. So you guys have plenty of areas for those that are just on the fringe of racing action. So maybe if our race goers are wanting to take their friends along, as always, there's going to be great options for people who maybe aren't so into the racing side of things.
Oh, absolutely. It's a real mix and a real entry level, as you say. It's cost effective, and to get a little bit of a inside of races, but a lot of outside entertainment as well to fill the gaps in between the races. So definitely it's a good one-stop shop.
Okay, and of course, as always, the other popular option for people on Cup Day is the Lindau Lawn. $75 a ticket, and these ones always sell out quickly, don't they?
Oh, without a doubt. They sell it prior to the day. Everyone definitely does make a beeline to it. Just due to different areas, we've got the Lindau Lawn and obviously the rooftop of whether they want to watch the spectacular racing on the lawn or be elevated on the rooftop. But yes, it is a prime area. However, this year, very exciting, Lindau, for the first time, is going to be giving the first 100 people through the gate on the day a wee elaborate glam gift.
Oh, very good. Okay. So,
I know, a little bit something different.
Yep.
So that's very, very cool. And also the first 1,000 stylish race goers through the gate are going to have a glass of bubbles. Last year they sort of announced a new bubbles that they had arranged, so we haven't quite heard what they've got this year, but it's definitely still the first 1,000 through will get a free glass on arrival, which is exciting.
Oh, that's awesome. And of course you guys have some great competitions on offer as well for the Lindau Lawn.
We do, actually. There's one in particular. We're going to raise the stakes this year of a competition later. You need to purchase a Lindau Lawn ticket, but watch the space. There is going to be a prize to be won that's never happened on Christchurch Casino New Zealand Trotting Cup Day.
Great.
So make sure you buy a ticket, and it's coming in October, but you have to have a ticket in the Lindau Lawn area to be up to win.
Okay, so purchase that early, and of course you're not letting the cat out of the bag yet, but I'd imagine you guys have a fantastic music gig lined up too for that rooftop. It's always popular.
Oh, definitely, yeah. We have definitely got an exciting act this year as well as in the public village, so watch this space. I do believe it's really important for our industry and our listeners to find out first, so maybe we catch up soon for the time, Jess, and they can hear firsthand who we're going to have, and then the rest of the public can find out.
Yeah.
How about that?
Fantastic, that sounds good to me. And of course you've got another way of paying in operation on Cup Day.
Yes, absolutely. Just getting really good feedback from people. They loved it in Lindau Lawn. Last year we trialled it. Another way of paying, it's basically you come in, you get a wristband, and you can load money onto that wristband. So whether you are buying food, beverages, race books, your cup pin, merchandise, you name it, or betting, you can pay off that wristband.
Great.
However, any sort of bets that you get, you will get paid out on cash. But what's worked really well in Lindau last year, and this is why we're bringing it into general admission area and also reserved seating, is it's cutting down the queue time. It's really, really effective. If someone hasn't used it before, Jeff, I wouldn't be concerned about it at all. It's happening at a lot of festivals. But the easiest way probably to describe it is if you have, the credit cards, Jess, and, you've got PayWave on it, and you instantly can just put your credit card down, and then you can pay something and then go on, and it's just saves that time of entering a pin, and it's just exactly the same sort of concept. It's the fact that they just swipe your wristband and then away you go. You can enjoy the queuing.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. And I applaud you and the team for thinking outside the square with that, because any way you can cut down the queue time and make it an enjoyable experience is fantastic. So don't forget to visit addington.co.nz if you're wanting to purchase New Zealand, Christchurch Casino New Zealand Trotting Cup Day tickets. But of course, the week isn't over after Cup Day. Show day races, you've got plenty going on there too, Keryn.
Oh, without a doubt, the headline races for that is, as we've talked about before, is the Airpark Canterbury Dominion Trot, and also the Woodlands New Zealand Free for All. Fantastic races. It'll be really good to see who's the first, second, and third of the Cup. That will hopefully line up also for the Woodlands race. We've also got, we always try and make it a cost-effective day out for everyone. Industries, public, Canterbury, being on Show Day, Canterbury Anniversary Day. Again, we're going to be just gold coin upon donation to make it really cost-effective for people to come in, and that what we raise is for Maya Healthcare.
Great.
We're really proud that we don't do any public surcharges here, and what there's always a crowd pleaser, Jess, and I know you know this as well, is the New Zealand Kids Cup final. How cool is that every year?
Yeah, oh, exactly. As you say, it's always a crowd pleaser and great for the kids to see, ponies, and it also opens the door to the industry for the next generation, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely does, and it really, it's just, I just love the whole thing of the commentating and just hearing everything going on to the lead up, and they're just so exciting, them coming in, and I love the fact that we can do that on such a special day and for the week, and so it should be there, and that's why actually, we also put it into the IIP Harness Jewels. It's exciting for them, the next generation, to be a part of the important days of our industry.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, kids are a part of your big focus being a family day as well. So you've got a heap of kids entertainment on Show Day.
We do, yeah. There'll be another free kids entertainment zone, which is great. And for the first time, we're going to have a free petting zoo.
Great.
Which is exciting for those people that, live in the city and want to come along to the races. We want to get other people interested in the races, but also if they can have a little bit of time, if they don't generally get to go on a farm or anything, or can't afford going to the show, we thought it's a little bit of fun up on top of the stables. So yeah, you should have heard John Denton when he heard that. He thought it was a very good idea, which we were stoked about, considering it was on top of the RT stables.
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, Show Day at the show itself can be absolutely horrendous in terms of getting in. So this is a great opportunity for a gold coin donation. You can get into Addington Raceway and enjoy full-on family entertainment for free. And of course, spectators is always a popular option on Show Day as well. You've got some options there.
Definitely. If people are wanting to have a reserved sort of area, it's $30 per person. There's limited tickets for kids aged 14 years and under are free. And also you've got great viewing outside. But a particular area that you want sort of reserved for yourself, feel free. Great, delicious treats and snacks will be available in there as well. And everybody loves to head to spectators after the last race, so naturally that will be open to the public again this year.
Fantastic. So those tickets are on sale now. Make sure you head to addington.co.nz as well for Christchurch Casino New Zealand Cup Day, and of course Airpark Canterbury Dominion Day, which is on Show Day with the Woodlands Free for All. And the Kiwi Punters Championship Grand Final is also going to be held again this year.
Yes, it is. It's going to be held at Addington. It's very exciting. This year's taken a different sort of angle, Jess. Very exciting. The TAB are running an online competition for this across 3 codes, and total prize pool of $150,000. So I hear the punters are loving it. The harness racing heat that's online, the first one for us is 6th of September, so this Friday, and people can go online now and register for that. The other date to remember for our heat is Friday the 18th of October, and the other harness heat, there's one up at Alex Park on the 13th of September. But by all means, a lot of people, it doesn't matter if you're purely into harness racing, if you feel like you wish to join an online competition for the Gallops or the Greyhounds, they can definitely do that as well. So the best place to go to visit that is kpc.tab.co.nz is the best place for that one.
Awesome. And of course, as always, the winner will be off to Vegas and a $50,000 prize as well. And that's part of the National Horse Players Championship. So that website again, kpc.tab.co.nz, the very first one kicking off this Friday, 6th of September. Keryn, you've done an outstanding job to get through all of that. There's plenty to soak up. Of course, addington.co.nz, the best place to head to get those tickets, and keep up the good work. I know it's only going to get busier for you and the team from here on in.
Oh yes, thanks Jess. No, as I say, 70 days to go, and it's definitely a big team effort here. That's what I love about working at Addington. Leading into Cup Week, you definitely see where the team rallies, and long hours are put in, but we love doing it for the industry. So yeah, we definitely have a countdown to keep us on track. But thanks so much for your time, Jess. Appreciate it.
Well, of course, at that stage of the podcast, we check out where the big bets have been over the past week. And, of course, Richard Wilson joining us from the bookmaker's desk. And, Richard, having a look through, it looks as though you dodged a few bullets.
Yeah, a couple of big bullets dodged again this week, Jess. We started off, no Thursday night, of course. We started off on Friday at Addington. And the race of the night, according to the punters, was race 2, the 3-year-old and older maiden. So... very interesting there that there was almost $20,000 more in that win book than the next most popular race, which was the Group 3 Maurice Holmes Vase. So very interesting there. The early money all on a delightful act, including $1,000 at $2.40. And then punters got themselves sorted out, and in the last hour or two, the money flowed in on Louis Litt. So there was a $4,000 bet at $2.50 and a $4,200 bet at $2.40. And Louis got home there just for a narrow margin over a delightful act. So a very good race. If punters want to go back and have a look at that, there was a very good finish there, and I think there's a lot of form to come out of that race. In the main race, as I say, the Vase, punters also got it right. 6,200 on Classie Brigade at $2.40 and a $1,600 bet at $2.30. So the Cup Trail's well and truly underway for a few anyway. Hopefully the next time there'll be closer to a full field, and that's in a couple of weeks' time with the New Brighton Cup. Not all plain sailing for punters though. $3,000 bets on the player at $1.50 missed in the first. There was $1,000 on Yorkshire at $2.30, $1.95 and $1.90. They followed him in and he missed. $2,000 on Rockin' at the Park, both $2.60 and $2.50. And there was a $3,000 bet on Friend at $2.
Yeah, it was a busy enough night, wasn't it? Of course, at Addington. And also on Friday night we had Cambridge, and a bit quieter there.
Yeah, not quite the same volume of bets at Cambridge, but there was a few good collects nonetheless. Hello, It's Me was the very big mover in race 4. Opened at 14 and was moved into $7.50 within half an hour of that opening mark. 200 at 14, 150 at 11, 200 at 8.50 a couple of times. They were the best bets on her, and there was quite a few multis in that first half hour as well. So, very punters right on the mark there with that one. Flying Finn also very well backed, 900 at 3.20 and a $600 bet at 2.70, the best on him. $500 and $1,500 bets got home in the last on Jingles Bromac, both at 3.20. There were a couple that missed, thankfully. $5,000 on Flying Steps at 3.60. $600 and $700 bets on Sibrieur at $3.10.
Okay, so as you say, a few bullets dodged, I should say, over the week. And Sunday it was a rare occurrence, so we had a day meeting at Forbury.
Yeah, another day meeting. There was one a month or 6 weeks ago, so I quite like them.
Yeah.
I'm sure punters that go there too like them. They don't get that cold night at Forbury. It's quite nice in the daytime sometimes. Very even finish there with punters doing quite well. The largest bet of the week, never in doubt there, 20,000 on Chevron Flies at $1.22 for a profit of 4,400. Other big wins there, 4,600 on Pocket Watch at 2.30, 3,200 on Hannity at 3. A couple of $100 bets got home on Avros Rustler at 31 and 23. And a couple going our way, 1,000 on Manelli Smile at 11. There was 2,000 on Glenelgan Dara at $1.85, 2,000 on Imran Khan at $2.80, 900 on Cruise and Reuben at $3.90, 3,000 Arden Roanoke at $2.20, and 1,000 on Spirit of St. Louis at $1.75.
Okay, so those were the meetings throughout the week, and of course each week you find a multi for us. What are you highlighting this time around, Richard?
Yeah, there's a $30 four-leg box multi. It's a bit of a what it could have been one, really. A Rockin' at the Park at $2.50, Classie Brigade $2.20, Girls Let Loose at $2.20, and Carly at $2.40 at Hastings. Returned $1,014. With a Rockin' at the Park, of course, finishing third. Now, a win there and the ticket would have been worth $3,625. So, missed in the first, but got things together and came home for $1,000.
Yep, for $30, that is not bad for a night's work at all. And in terms of the cash-out option, you found the worst cash-out option for the week.
This is a great bet, and they didn't quite stick with it. $10 17-leg multi. Mainly featured sports, but there was one harness leg, and that was Franco Garrett to run the top three at $1.70. The other legs, a few US Open tennis matches, Mitre 10 rugby matches. There was Scotland to beat Georgia in the rugby, 5 league matches, and believe it or not, they all got home. So the $10 should have turned into $1,763, but the nerves kicked in, and it was cashed out for $1,023. I think with a couple of legs to go.
That is absolutely outstanding, but I guess your nerves would get shot after 17 legs, or, leading up to 17 legs.
Exactly, I can't pick 2 in a row, so how they managed to pick 17, I've really got no idea, and I guess they were thinking they weren't going to pick 17 in a row.
Yeah, exactly, their luck was due to run out, but as it turned out, $10 still into $1,023 is absolutely outstanding. Of course, with the first of the New Zealand Cup lead-up races being run and won by Classie Brigade, you've got those futures markets out on the TAB. Are they starting to gain momentum now, Richard?
Yeah, a little bit, Jess. There's actually 10 races open for betting there now. New Zealand Cup, Dominion, the 2 Inter-Dominion finals, the free-for-all, pacing and trotting, the Sire Stakes Open and the 3-odd fillies. We've got the Auckland Cup and the National Trot on New Year's Eve open now as well. Touch wood, I'll get a couple more open on Friday as well, and that'll be just about every Group 1 up for this year. This calendar year will be open and ready to go. So, things are just ticking away nicely. No real big bets to talk about, but people are having a flutter on the multis and things, so it's all good.
Oh, that is outstanding. Great work too. So tab.co.nz, make sure you check out those futures markets. And week ahead, it's still busy enough. Well, of course, we're looking forward to Winton on Sunday especially.
Yes, indeed we are, Jess. Cambridge kicks off on Thursday with the Te Awamutu Cup. Addington on Friday, and then the big meeting of the week, Winton on Sunday. You May Collect resumes of a 50-metre handicap. It's going to be a tough ask. 10 or 11 horses there. Quite a few off handicaps, which may make it a little bit easier, but if it's a day like this, if they're going to go some sort of time, and 50 metres is going to be a big ask.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Well, Richard, thank you so much, and I know you'll very much be looking forward to your home region competing on Sunday.
Exactly, yeah. Thanks very much, Jess.
And finally, what's coming up harness racing-wise this week? On Thursday night, we've got the Waikato Bay of Plenty meeting at Cambridge. Friday night, we return to Addington Raceway in Christchurch. And on Sunday, down to Southland for the Winton meeting. And that is it for this week's Harness Half Hour. Thanks to Airpark Canterbury and HRNZ Marketing. Don't forget, of course, the podcast is available via the HRNZ website, the HRNZ Facebook page, on the Punters Lounge, tab.co.nz, Spotify and also iTunes. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll catch you again next week.